The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 8:30 a.m. Wednesday morning, 60 minutes to go until that opening bell, and we have markets accelerating higher. So much for the sell-off towards the end of the day yesterday. The market overnight clawing back all of those losses that began in about the final hour of trading to end Tuesday. Right now, Dow futures up 320 points, trading 24,478. Looking at an S&P, 37 points in the positive at 29.56. NASDAQ up 105. At 94.06. We've got oil in the positive, up about 72 cents at 32.68. We've got the gold contract up almost $10 at 17.55. Silver up 13 pennies. We'll start things off. We'll start it off with a chart of the S&P. This week alone, we were up to a high of 29.76. That's early Tuesday at about 3 in the morning. We make a high intraday yesterday in the S&Ps at about 2:45 p.m. Eastern time, and from there the sell-off began. Quite a drop-off. In the S&Ps, you traded from almost 29.60 down to below 29.10. You're talking about 50 S&P points as we ended the day yesterday. But guess what, folks? That low of 29.08, we're approaching 50 points back to the positive side. S&Ps trading at 29.54. We'll start things off. Let's jump over to the charts. We'll start it off with the Dow. As you can see, the Dow as well, sliding to negative territory towards the end of the day. The Dow clawing back almost all of those losses overnight, currently trading 24,460. We have earnings today as well. Target and Lowe's, both strong numbers. We'll get into those in a moment, but those carrying the market a bit higher. There's your NASDAQ 100. We were as high as about 94.15 before the sell-off. Sold off about 130 points down to 92.80. We're back right at 9,400. S&Ps we covered at 29.53, clawing back those losses from yesterday afternoon. There's your crude oil market, trading higher. Crude at 32.74. We get EIA inventories today, 2 hours from right now. Tom and I will be on the air for those at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. EIA inventory should be interesting to see the market react to that. Gold contract trading higher. Overnight, there you see the pop yesterday, popping a bit at about 9 o'clock last night as well, above 1750. We've been hanging around at that area since then at 1752, and the euro-US dollar approaching the 110 area at 109.58. You back it up to the acceleration we had early in the week. It started it off at about 108. We've been hanging at about 109.50 area since about Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern time. I mentioned it, earnings season still in full swing. Quite a week for retail and Lowe's shares. Trading higher, check out that number, folks. Same store sales, 11.2% growth. Quite a number. Not too surprising. People spending a lot of time at home. I've been to Lowe's during this quarantine period. Maybe you have as well. A lot of people have, apparently. As for the first quarter ending May 1st, Lowe's reported net income rising 6.8%. Remarkable, right? A lot of companies, they're putting it to the top line in terms of revenue growing, but to carry it to the bottom line, increased expenses for some of these companies like Amazon, like Walmart, like Home Depot yesterday, but some of these expenses, but nonetheless, you have net income rising almost 7% to $1.34 billion. Compared to earnings of 1.05 a year ago. Revenue almost $20 billion from 17.74 a year ago. And to get into the numbers, earnings $1.77. Market was looking for $1.32. Revenue at 19.68. Market was looking for 18.32. And how about that one? 11.2% same-store sales. Market was looking for 3.3%. And as you may expect, doesn't get much stronger than that, but we've paired some of those gains. There's the earnings this morning. We jumped from about 116.80, almost $10 higher to 126.97. We've given up about $3 of those dollars, still trading about $7 in the positive. Just for some context, though, and what else do we have reporting? Target. We'll jump to Target for the chart, and then we'll go over their numbers. Now, Target yesterday, we had Walmart. It'd be interesting to see how we open here, because yesterday, you had these companies. I mean, there was the Walmart action pre-market, okay? But guess what? Walmart spiked all the way to $133.91 on their earnings, and you back it back out. We finished the day at about $124 and change, almost $10 below where we were trading at. Now you transfer over to Target. You had Target trading higher on the Walmart earnings yesterday. Sells off as well. We're back to $125.50. You don't get much stronger numbers than Lowe's. Lowe's jumping over. We spiked to about $123.30. You had Home Depot shares yesterday as well, dropping off on their numbers a little bit lower, as we talked about. Trouble taken to the bottom line. Earnings getting hit on Home Depot numbers, sitting at about $240.92, probably extending on the Lowe's numbers. But getting into the Target numbers, digital sales fuel first quarter sales gain, but at a hefty price. That's pretty much the theme, you could call it, of the companies that are benefiting for growing revenue. It's costing growing costs as well. So let's get into the numbers. Earnings per share, 59 cents. Revenue, $19.62 billion. How about that same-store sales number? 10.8%. Remarkable there. Target said first quarter net income fell to $284 million from $795 million a year earlier. Revenue rising 11.3%, though, quite a one. Same-store sales, 10.8% growth. The vast majority of that growth came from e-commerce sales. Sales at stores open at least 12 months rose 0.9%, while digital sales surged 141%. Quite a pop on the digital sector. Market has to love that, but you saw the reaction, not as much as you might think. During the quarter, Target said customers' average basket was 12.5% higher as they made fewer trips to the store. I'm guilty of that as well, making fewer trips to the store, less trips, loading up when I go there. Its digital surge was sudden and significant. Each month of the period, the company said its digital sales growth accelerated from 33% in February to about 100% in March to about 282% in April. Crazy, right? But everybody ordering products, whether you're going to get them delivered or you're going to order it and pick up. Margins were squeezed. Many shoppers, again, common theme, skipped over the more profitable apparel and accessories and gravitated toward lower margin categories such as food and essentials. The retailer's strongest merchandise category was what it calls hardlines, which includes durables like appliances. The category grew by more than 20% from the previous year, fueled by electronic sales. Food and beverage grew by more than 20%. Essentials and beauty were up by the high teens, but apparel was down by about 20%. All of this makes sense, folks. Winning new customers. Despite higher costs, they said the retailer is attracting new customers and inspiring loyalty that will pay off for the long run. He said 5 million new customers had shopped at Target.com, and over 2 million tried its drive-up service for the first time in the last 90 days. That's a staggering number, folks. When you have 5 million people for the first time shopping on their online website, 2 million people driving up for the first time to pick up something, he added that over 70 million people have now signed up for Target Circle, its smartphone app, as the company tries to position itself as a safer place to shop. Just staggering numbers across the board. Target shares on that action. You see the volatility. We closed yesterday just under 124. We're trading up about $2.30 right now at 125.50. The conference call beginning at 8 a.m. when we jumped on the air. As we wrap up the first segment, the VIX 2884 as this market looks to open higher on Wednesday trading. Stay tuned, folks. I'll be coming right back to finish up this program. See what else. Larry Pesavento is hosting a special event Thursday, May 21st from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Trade What You See, a live trading event. For the first time in over 10 years, Larry will host a live event where you'll watch over his shoulder as he trades the markets live. You'll see how he organizes his trading day, the times most likely to generate a signal, what outside information he ignores, and more importantly, what he does not ignore, and much more. Larry will trade the markets in real time, including the Euro-US dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen, the Dow, and E-mini S&P, crude oil, gold, treasury bonds, wheat, and soybeans, and more. When you sign up, you get a month of his daily newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7 included. For all the details on Larry Pesavento's live trading event on Thursday, May 21st, and to sign up today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The goal
gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got markets right where we were at about 8:30, inching higher. S&P futures now at 29.54. We got the Dow futures at 24,455. NASDAQ 100 futures above 9,400 at 94.02. You just heard the ad over the break. Larry Pesavento, folks, tomorrow morning, 24 hours from right now, 24 hours and 18 minutes to be exact, he will be beginning his live trading event, Trade What You See, a live trading all-day webinar tomorrow, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Eastern time. He'll take a break for lunch somewhere between about noon and 1. 3-hour segments, a couple breaks thrown in there, I'm sure, to give Larry a break of speaking. But he's going to be talking about a lot, folks. He's going to be live trading the day. Should be an exciting day. Markets looking to open more than a percentage in the positive. I mean, checking out this volatility. Look at this volatility we've had recently. You wouldn't even know it. By thinking, I mean, I made the comment, right? Stock market volatility, the Dow Jones, Monday trading, you could have thought, oh man, all is well. Yesterday, tough pullback on the end of the day. I mean, just back it up to Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. The markets lost 4% in the span of about 48 hours. Hopefully we get some good action tomorrow. I anticipate there will be. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. You can click on it. See what Larry's going to be talking about. $395 to attend. Hit the checkout button. There it is, Larry Pesavento, all-day live trading webinar. He'll be in there all day tomorrow, $395. With that, you get a month of his Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter, a $97 value that will be archived. Check it out, folks. I'm excited for it. Larry's excited for it. He's getting ready. He did Tom's show last night talking about it. I encourage you to check that out on the front page at TFNN.com. Events like that do not come along often, especially in a market like this. Jumping else to what else we have going on, shout out to the YouTube comments and the YouTube stream. Folks, if you haven't checked it out, great community of traders out there on the YouTube comment section. Shout out to EKS, Matt Koopa, David, Earl, all in there already this morning. PGA Jim, David, yeah, we got a good crowd out there. Tar Heel fan, shout out RP. Great action over there, folks. You can just find it by either searching TFNN over at YouTube, TFNN Live. You can subscribe to our channel, see all the action over there. I encourage you to check it out. And we're always watching those YouTube comment section, talking about a number of things, folks, whether it's earnings, whether it's the rebound, whether it's yesterday's complete collapse being completely erased. I mean, remarkable, right? You see the action from 245. We were there. We're right back to where we were. Just forget about that final hour of trading yesterday. And for some context, I mentioned it, talking about Fibonacci's. I'm sure Larry will be talking about plenty of Fibonacci's tomorrow. I'm just going to ballpark it real quick. But you see where we've been hanging at, folks. This upper line, the 618, we've just been oscillating. That number right at around 2930. We've been above that number. Interesting to see how we shake out. That's the S&Ps. For some longer-term context, S&Ps at the 618. You're going to see the Dow be the laggard here. The Dow been floating around the 50, but we've climbed a bit. And then how about that NASDAQ? Talk about charging higher. Say goodbye to the 50%, which was 81.95. Say goodbye to the 618, which was almost 1,000 points below where we're at. The highs before the collapse, 97.63. NASDAQ 100 sitting at about 94.02 this morning. Quite a number. In terms of what else we have happening in the market, lots of more action in headlines. We covered Target. We covered Lowe's. McKesson, the drug distributor, they came out with their numbers, 17 cents a share above estimates, quarterly earnings of $427, revenue also exceeding. Full year forecast came in short of analysts' estimate. The company said it anticipates headwinds stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll jump to that chart in a moment. Harley-Davidson, they're going to reopening their factories this week at reduced production rates and sending dealers fewer motorcycles, according to a memo sent to dealers earlier this month. So MCK, we'll start with McKesson. We got to zoom in a bit. That's the longer-term chart. We're going to open a bit lower this morning. You see the recent run-up. But this morning, a little bit of a pullback on those numbers, down to about 144.63 right now. No, we're sitting bid-ask, talk about a wide one, 141 by 143, but you see the volatility on their numbers. And Harley-Davidson, as they begin to open up some of their factories, hog at about 22.50. I mean, that is some context, though, from $40 to 14, sitting at about 22 this morning for Harley-Davidson. Whoops, let me get out of there. So United, I found this one interesting. United announced a partnership with Clorox and the Cleveland Clinic called United Clean Plus to put guidelines and procedures in place for enhanced cleaning, safety, and social distancing. I guess that makes sense. I don't think you need 3 different companies to talk about common sense and what you need to do, but maybe you do. Maybe United needs a company like Clorox that makes bleach and Cleveland Clinic. Seems like a lot there. Seems like something might be just put together for a little marketing. Either way, those 3 combining for United Clean Plus. Urban Outfitters out with their numbers, lost $1.41 a share, wider than the 29 cents loss the market was looking for. Revenue below forecast, 28% drop in comparable store sales. I mean, this is where you see Target crushing it, Lowe's crushing it, Walmart, let alone Amazon. The company expects a 60% decline in same-store sales for the current quarter as COVID continues to weigh on results. URBN is their symbol. Staggering numbers in any other world, but makes sense in the world we're living in right now. From about 1793, you see the numbers last night. You see the conference call at 5 o'clock, and we're trading a bit lower at about 1730. Remarkable. You can come out and say 60% same-store sales decline coming at you, and they're just off a bit. But talk about a collapse from about 28 down to 12. We're going to open at about $17 in change for Urban Outfitters. So Johnson & Johnson, they're going to stop selling their talc baby powder in the U.S. and Canada following a significant demand, a drop due to what the company calls, quote unquote, they're getting sued left and right, folks. Where the truth lies, probably somewhere in between, as usually is the case. They're saying misinformation is causing the collapse in demand when they're getting sued for cancer being caused by it everywhere or so forth. Nonetheless, that not happening. CVS, they're going to return $43+ million it received from the CARES Provider Relief Fund. The drugstore operator said it did not solicit those funds, and don't believe that one, receiving them as part of an automatic distribution by the Department of Health and Human Services. Whoa, CVS, huh? Just getting $40 million sent to them without even asking. Must be a tough life. CVS at about $64.15. Apple, they're going to pay Sony. So this one interesting. I had this up. Talk about Content is king. They're going to pay Sony $70 million for the rights to Tom Hanks' World War II film Greyhound. This film cost about $50 million to make, according to sports sources. They had planned to release this movie on Father's Day weekend, but of course, with the coronavirus, and then what ended up happening was Sony, they were worried, because what's going to happen is you're going to have all of these movies that were set to air, whether it's May, June, July, April, all of them are going to be pushed back, and you got to find a slot. And they were just not sure they were going to be able to find a good slot for this movie amid the likes of maybe some Marvel movies, all of the movies expected to hit. So what do? They sell it to Apple. Apple gets that for $70 million as they try and build their content library. And Red Rock out with their numbers. Red Rock Casino, been out there in Vegas myself once or twice. Gaming and entertainment resort losing $2.18 a share compared to estimates of a profit of 18 cents. Red Rock, RRR, these gaming stocks. You see the drop. We're back to basically in positive territory, but we just went from $28 to $2 at one point, folks. Back to 10 right now. Those gaming stocks, watch out. Stay tuned. I'll be coming back to finish up the program, see what else we have on tap for Wednesday action. I'll look at crude. I'll look at gold. We'll be right back, folks.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get a competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We got S&Ps positive by 33, NASDAQ 100 NASDAQ 100 positive by about 100, and the Dow positive by 279. I'm going to jump through. You can call it a lightning round if you want. Some of the headlines that you'll see today. Weekly mortgage applications, quite a remarkable recovery, quote unquote. Purchase volume was just 1.5% lower than a year ago. A rather stunning recovery from just over a month ago when purchase volume was down 35% annually. Mortgage applications to purchase a home rose 6% last week from the previous week. Those numbers out this morning. How about the story? Joe Rogan, maybe you're familiar, or maybe you're not, one of the biggest podcasters out there, moves exclusively to Spotify. Spotify shares closed higher yesterday on that news. That deal reportedly could be worth up to $100 million with incentives as Spotify builds out their podcast repertoire. Brazil, tough numbers on Brazil in terms of cases and deaths as they have quite a pandemic themselves in terms of spots exploding. New cases recently 17,400. You see the curve, you see the death. Hopefully they get that under control. President Trump supposedly considering cutting off travel from Brazil. China's new outbreak shows signs the virus could be changing a bit. That headline out this morning. This headline 2 days ago, Tom talked about it a lot. Just be aware, folks. China locked down 2 days ago a province, 100 million people as this resurfaces. So, you know, the market might tell you that we're almost back and clawing all back, but we got a lot to overcome there. Dow Chemical, how about their headquarters imperiled by flooding in Michigan? Check out that scene in Michigan dealing with that. And how about this cyclone? Talk about an imagery. We'll end it. Bangladesh, India, as cyclone nears making landfall. Quite a visual over there. Hopefully everyone stays safe. Not what you want to be dealing with in light of everything else going on as well. And again, we'll wrap it up, folks. Who do we have coming up? Our man, Larry Pesavento. And don't forget the front page of TFNN tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, he's not going to be doing his program because he's going to be trading live in that webinar all day tomorrow. Check it out on the front page at TFNN.com. Stay tuned, folks. Larry Pesavento coming up at 9. I'll be back at 10 o'clock with Tom. We got those oil numbers at 10:30. Fast Market at 11. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, Tom O'Brien, all this afternoon. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Stay tuned. Larry coming up right now.